The university is now only not even 6 years old, so and it's the first university in the country. And one of the reasons certainly was that the economy is based very much on the financial sector in this country, and it was the idea of the government to diversify the economy. Now, in order to diversify an economy in a time in which we live, which is a time of a knowledge society, you need a university. Some structures were already created, like the Luxembourg School of Finance, to support precisely to support the financial sector. But you can't have this kind of training at the master level without the background of a university. Now, the university has a very special character, and I would say it's very different from, I think, from any other university in some sense. It is very international, which of course is logical in such a small country. You can recognize this international character by the fact that we use 3 languages. We use French, English, and German, and teaching. Our bachelors are usually bilingual. Our masters are usually bilingual, well, although almost half of them are offered only in English. Our teaching and research staff is extremely international, from some 20 nationalities. We are introducing tutors. We have almost 600 adjunct staff, teaching staff. That's to say, people who work in a company, who work in a bank, who work in the European Court of Justice or wherever, and who come here and give a couple of hours a week and then go. So what we offer to our students is very balanced academic training on one side, and then very practical training by these external people on the other side. And then we have the obligation, our students have the obligation to spend a semester abroad at the bachelor level, which is also something which you don't find in other places. We are very small, so personal contact is very easy. And that's basically, what defines us as compared to other universities. Now, about the job market. About the job market, the situation is that nowadays in Luxembourg, more than 55% of the jobs offered require a university degree. And I would say that in 70 or 80% of the cases, they don't find these people in Luxembourg. Of course, nowadays, well, they are looked for all over the world. But the idea of the university is that to offer to the local job market, the people they need. So from this point of view, for a foreign student to come to Luxembourg, the chances, if this person wants to stay eventually and work here in the country, the chances to find a job are extremely high. So I think this is something which should not be forgotten by potential students interested in coming to our university. One should not forget that already nowadays we have more than 250 PhD students. So out of 4,500 students which we have altogether, we have now already more than 5% are PhD students. So that is again something which is our priority. We want, this university where we think that teaching has to be very much linked to research. That's, in fact, one of our leitmotive, this not to treat them independently. For that, of course, our masters and our PhD students are essential. Well, I would say that the first reason I would mention is that we are an extremely young university, which is the first university, and therefore things are starting. That's to say, a young researcher can not only get into his or her research that this person can also do in another university, but furthermore contribute globally into the development of the research of the university. So this person can, the structures are not yet there. We are building them up. and a young person can substantially contribute to it. Another reason is that, you know, this person will meet people from all over the world here at a level which is very difficult to find it in other places. Yeah, another feature of our university is that I have an open door once a month. It usually is the last Friday of the month. For a couple of hours, my door is open and students come. And that is extremely interesting. Of course, sometimes lots of them come, and sometimes only few comes. That depends on whether there's exam times, you know, the circumstances. Now, that gives me a feedback from the students, which, by the way, very often is very positive. Sometimes students come and just tell me, you know, this is a great university. We're enjoying our time very much here. But of course, sometimes they come and they criticize. You know, they are critical. They tell me what is not working. And of course, they give me a feedback, which very often I don't get from the dean or from the professor, from the faculty, which is normal. I enjoy that time very much. And the diversity of the comments and the diversity of the issues they want to talk about with me is just marvelous. Well, I mean, you know, this is much more than building a new university, because this is building a new university within a legal context which gives us a huge freedom to really shape the university in the best possible way. You know, we are allowed to learn from the French system, from the German system, from the English system, from the Scandinavian system, from the Swiss system. We have the means to integrate what is good from the different systems and develop this Luxembourgish system.